In our final set of examples for multiplying two-term radicals, we're going to look at some of the more interesting situations that we might run into. In this first situation, we have two radicals, the difference of two radicals, but squared. We want to remind ourselves, take the time to remind ourselves what that square actually means. It, of course, does not mean to square each term individually. It means to multiply that expression by itself. Once that step is accomplished, then we're back to the previous form. So just keep in mind what that square actually means. The square root of 3 from the first parentheses times the square root of 3 from the second gives us 3. The square root of 3 from the first parentheses times the square root of 7 gives us minus root 21. The square root of 7 times the square root of 3 gives us another minus root 21. And lastly, the square root of 7 times the square root of 7, since they are both negative, gives us a positive 7. Combining what we are able to combine for this particular expression, the 3 and the 7 will make a 10, and we have 2 of these minus root 21s that we are taking away, so we finish with minus 2 root 21. In the next example, it looks similar to the last one, except for there being the same sign in both of the expressions. The sign is changed. We have a minus sign in the first expression and a plus sign in the second. It will not change any of the work that we have to do. We'll still engage in the same process, but you're going to see something neat happen as we get to the end of the expression. So 4 root 10 times 4 root 10 is 16 times 10. Then 4 root 10 times root 3 would be plus 4 root 30. Then negative root 3 times 4 root 10, exact same multiplication that we just did, except this time it's a negative, minus 4 root 30. And then finishing with root 3 times root 3, but that minus sign gives us minus 3. I mentioned at the beginning that you're going to see something interesting happen. Here's that interesting thing. These two terms will knock each other out. They are opposites of one another. That is a product of this sign being different than that sign and the two terms in the two expressions being the same. So these two will go away, leaving us with the 160 from the first multiplication minus the 3 from the last multiplication for a grand total of 157.